All right, this is the second part. Starting to work on the back side of the floor here. I decided just to go with the small patch panel here. We got that all tacked up. I got to clean it up. I found this tiny little rust hole that everything was clean around it. Guessing it was an old rivet. So I just drilled that out and took my drill press, drilled out the hole for this, and then used the same hole size there and just tacked it all in and welded it up. I got my front piece all in. Don't mind the welds. I'm not a professional welder, so a lot of it probably could use a little more grinding down, but overall I'm happy with how it turned out. Definitely solid. I got the front bracket for the clutch, holes all drilled out, ready there. Gas pedal hole there, and then my cab mount access. I'm gonna get this front piece all done, then I'll get this side welded in. I decided to change it a little bit. I took the piece that matched there, just figured to finish the contour of the angle. So I'm welding that in actually right now, so that'll kind of match. So yeah, I'm gonna put the trans tunnel back in, and I'm going to trace out the hole that I need to go here for the angle so I can figure out how I'm going to press that. And I got a 90 bent on this end, and then I actually took the brake and bent in a small groove to kind of match the passenger side to give it a little more strength. And I'm probably gonna make a small angle to attach here as well to make a little more support, just to give it a little more bracing. So yeah, it's coming along. I'm happy with it so far, and then once this is done, I see up there's not going to need as much foot well repair. Most of that's going to be right in there. Found it's pretty rusted out, but I'll have to drop the fuel tank for that because I don't trust sparks and all that stuff around a gas tank. So yeah, I'll update you as I get farther along. All right, so one of the dilemmas I realized is my flange and my trans tunnel is all rusted out as well. So I'm trying to figure out, for tracing wise, I got the parts that were still intact traced out. So what I came up with, not sure if it's gonna work or not, because this is a wider angle than what this is I put it on a piece of cardboard, traced out the outside, and then used the holes to trace the inside to connect it. My goal is hopefully that they will match, and I can cut this out and reverse it, flip it over to get that angle. I said I'm hoping that's gonna work, so I'm gonna try it and hope for the best. Just figured I'd give you a little idea on something if you run into a similar situation. Just an idea I had. If anybody else has any other ideas or anything along that lines, let me know. All right, I got my rear or back half of the floor pan all done. Just have a few tack welds to do. There's my patches there. They're all good. Grind that down. Here's how I did it. I put the creases here to match the factory. And then I also bent a flange for the transmission to sit on. I got the original part here that'll butt up to the other front half in front of the this panel. I attach it to the cab mounts, and then I bent and added the trim piece right here to match along that angle as well. I'll weld all that up, then I have them butted together, and I'll rosette weld them all in there, so nice and tight, just like the factory. So yeah, it's definitely coming along. I'm very happy with how it's turning out, and can't wait to see it when it's all done and welded up. And next thing I gotta do is figure out flooring wise how I want to go about doing that, and then start tackling the other side and my seat, and I guess transmission too. So still got long ways to go, but this is better than nothing. got a good start for the floor. I got it all tacked up. I got the flange template made for a flange over here. Sit like that. And that'll be for the transmission mount here. Yeah, turned out real good with the bend. You gotta fill in and make a spot for that, but yeah, I gotta get that tacked in and finish fitting that. But right now, I'm worrying about getting the rest of my stuff bent. I got that all bent for that piece. New bends for the front and then the side. That was pretty, as you can tell, pretty well shot, like I sent in the last video. To bend the bends for those. And then, like I said, I got the transmission flange. I need to get a little bend in that and get that molded out, and then get that cut and kind of set it in place and get that tacked up so I can weld that. And yeah, it should be all buttoned up for this side, hopefully by the end of the weekend. I'm planning on working on it tomorrow night, at least Sunday, maybe Saturday. See what's planned with the family. Another thing I started on a few weeks ago is my spring pin bushings. Got to torch out the upper bracket. All that old bronze fitting is all just, I don't know, seized in there. We can't get it no matter what we try. Got to start doing the other side yet, but figured while I have the chance, I'll start on the floor. And once that's all done, I got my gasket kit from Rock Auto. There's the part number that I got from that. Comes with all sorts of gaskets. So yeah, that's starting to come together. I got a buddy that's gonna help me get this painted. He's gonna do some other painting and help me kind of patina everything else. Once the floor is all done, I'm gonna start tackling some of this other rust. But at least I shouldn't need the bender for that, and they're small enough pieces to use just my vise or whatever I have to get it bent. Yeah, I'll keep you updated.